We smoked that.
Yeah, that was good money. That was good money.
We smoked that. I watched the playback. I did a couple times, not a couple timestamps. I timestamped the whole thing.
Thank you, by the way.
Of course.
That was good money. I love. Yeah, that was nice yesterday.
When we tap in, when we do, and I started like my preliminary list for when we do the Western Conference. Yo, OG, that ain't gonna be easy. That is not. Yo, that is not gonna be easy at all.
That's why when you asked me,
plays in the West,
you asked me about somebody yesterday out west, and I was like, "Nah, they're not in my top 10 out west. The West is crazy."
Who was it that I asked you about?
It was either you or AllBall. And I was like, "Nah, in the West is too crazy."
I don't even want to know no names because the West is going to be so crazy. Like so many players is going to get left out. Wow.
Well, real quick. Notice this Knicks Rehab. Appreciate everybody that's tapping in so far. I'm gonna let our super producer intro the episode, but I gotta ask y'all real quick. Steph, Braun, and KD, are they on y'all top 10? I just need a yes or no.
Not all of them.
Stephen Curry, Braun, and Kevin Durant. You talk about top 10 greatest of all time?
No, in your top 10 Western Conference, when we do your list, I'm not telling you. That's how you gonna find out. I'm not telling you. Say no.
I'm not telling you that. No.
You see, Fabian said, hell no. Not all of them.
Well, we know LeBron ain't on my shit. That's a fact.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Anytime I hit a punchline, you know you gotta hit the pow. Easy work. You know who I be. I can't believe the way he laughed like that. You know that.
We live.
Big Flea. Never the little one.
Nunca.
Never the little one.
Nunca. Jamás.
Nunca. Jamás. What I just say?
You said never. Never again and never. You heard the chuckle.
Suckers. Y'all know my move. Jab step, head fake.
Yeah.
OG said, yo, babe. OG said he go to the park, the nigga playing too much defense. He goes, back up a little bit. Back up. You're playing too much defense.
Nah, hold on. You want to laugh? We used to do that. Yo, bro, don't chase down and block my shot. Don't take no charge. Yo, back up, bro. We ain't getting paid for this. Yeah, like, get out of here, man. Why you guarding me like that?
Oh, man.
Ladies, I got to get off. Oh, she's in the building. Yeah.
Darlene, the queen.
Yes. Big shout out, Darlene. Miss Darlene Bryant in the building. Always a blessing.
Oh, yeah, with the early jab, the audio was lagging like Fabian's hairline. Well, first of all, I can't fix this.
Man.
But what is it? Which one of us is lagging? RP, let us know. If it's all of us.
Yeah, who's? Yeah, Flea, that's like right now. Me, you, and Fabe get on the court, and next thing you know, I got the computer. Remember, you played the video game, and they got the computer D on you. It's like you can't go nowhere.
Them niggas is moving their feet, moving the puppy. Yeah, they contesting every shot. You're like,
why you go? Why you going? Hold on, look, time out. Why you going me like that, my dude? Like, ain't no scouts out here, man.
To go back to what Fabian said the other day, right? Remember, I was like, there's never such thing as no two-way player back in the day. Let me stand corrected real fast. Back in the day, there was always that nigga in the park that was like, all that nigga does is play defense. He's annoying. Get Junior away from me. Get JR away from me. That nigga's annoying.
You tight if he ain't on your team. Yeah, if he ain't on your team, you tight. You mad if he ain't playing on your team. That's a fact.
Yo, RP, let us know if it links up. He's saying the video and audio is out of sync.
Oh wow!
Is everybody else experiencing that?
But usually, what happens is while we're talking, we'll notice something, and while it's good, we just keep it going. RP, so just let us know if it's maybe close out YouTube and come back in, see if that works. Yeah, man.
Like everything is in sync. Look, yo, fish.
Yo, we love fish. Fish.
Hey, I'm telling you right now. And look, listen, in the park, I got a contract. Fish can't guard me. It says it in my
It
contract.
says it in the contract, right? Yeah. Fish, get
look,
the hell
they-
away
look.
from me.
Look, they look in my contract. Fish, you can't guard me.
Where Fish's signature? It's
talking
somewhere on there. Fish, you signed that and didn't even know what you were signing.
You already know. But let's get to it, man.
Listen, man. Listen, man. The haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. And all of a sudden, some of these haters are turning.
Hold on, Fabian. What is this? What is this? Is this Knicks Rehab?
Knicks Rehab.
Always on point. Can we get another drop? Come on, man. Hold on.
Knicks Rehab.
Come on, producer.
What is this we doing tonight?
Wow.
I got you, baby.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's what we do.
Come on.
I sent you the Kyrie article. So I'm in the
You
team
did.
right now. We can call each other out no matter what. Then we go back and get back to normal. Yeah. So no, look.
I could see all of 5'8" OG coming down the lane.
What? Kid me? Layer package impeccable.
Putting a
What
little
are you talking
English,
about?
putting a little English on that shit.
Come on, man.
What is it?
R.I.P. Big Strict. The left, the right. Which one they want? What are we talking about? Oh,
What
but I
you wanna
was a shooter now. Listen, I'm gonna
Don't
let that
leave
thing
him
go.
open.
And I'm a nut. Pause. I'm not. Once I get the rock, y'all might as well go. Move. I'm letting that thing go
1-4 flat.
Fat.
Everybody get out the way.
all day. All.
Oh wow.
Okay.
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 Hey, you stream, y'all.
Well,
Game
we
day
do
playing.
stream, y'all. We paying our bill every month, man.
Nah, that was RP. He's in Australia. I don't know what he's doing over there.
With that Melbourne virus. Chill out,
That
RP.
was RP,
Listen,
I
I didn't
promise
mean
you.
nothing by that, man. I
I
disagree with him
promise
about speaking of which, I said Barkley ain't play no defense. Like, that's over exaggerated. I said, what? Barkley ain't play no defense, bro. He was horrendous. And we going back and forth for a minute. But speaking of Charles Barkley, one of the biggest Knicks haters in the last several years. He thinks the Knicks are the top challenge for the Eastern Conference.
I don't like his
Just
glasses.
hold on.
Y'all like his glasses?
Yeah,
I don't
I
like his
is
glasses.
He be
that-
looking crazy.
Right. Is that a real pic or it's like edited up?
Nah,
No, that's the
Not-
video. He looks great. I'm gonna play it.
OG.
And then he fixes it, and it still looks the same.
OG, he wears those glasses every interview. Dan Patrick, Rich Eisen. I don't care who he's talking to. He puts on them glasses for them. Oh my God, come on. Let's get to it.
Lord have mercy.
Jesus Christ. Let's see what the hater got to say.
They got a lot better. But man, Sixers went out and armed themselves. They got a lot better. But man, I really like the Karl-Anthony Towns trade for the Knicks. I really do. I do. Because I think that his size, his shooting ability, the pressure, he don't have to be the star. I really think so. I give Wes and those guys credit for going out and get him. And hopefully this will put a chip on his shoulder too, to be honest with you. Be like, oh, y'all didn't want me. And hey, Jimmy, you know what it's like playing in New York.
Yes.
You got to come there. He got to come there like and be really pissed off. Because like I think it's a great piece for the Knicks. Sixers went out and armed themselves. They got
Why would Jim Jackson know what it's like? Why would Jim Jackson know what it's like to play in New York?
Yeah, I was about to say what Jimmy talking to exactly.
You talk about Jim Jackson, but
Hold on.
Let's go to our resident.
Yeah,
Jim
hold on.
Jackson.
You ain't slandering Jim Jackson over
Let's
there.
go to our resident Jim Jackson.
Why not?
level.
Why not? What are you talking about?
Because you're not. Because you're not. That's my guy.
That's his guy. That's his guy, AllBall.
One of the best commentators out there in the game.
He said so.
The best what?
One of the best commentators out here in the game. Ain't no Jim Jackson slander.
Kidding me?
Who you like?
Play by play,
get
not bad. OG.
He's
Play by
amazing.
Y'all don't get Jim Jackson out of here. Get out of here.
I bet. Look, watch
Jackson.
how I win him over, Fleet. Watch how I'll play when he tore Nick right up on First Take, whatever the hell that show was called. Tore him up. And it looked like he wanted to come out of his shirt and beat him down. That was crazy. You never played the game, Nick, so you know what you're talking about. It was hilarious. Who is this, Nickinator? Don't get blocked, Nickinator.
Thanks, Turbo. Turbo said he played for the Nets. How long he played for the Nets? I don't remember Jim Jackson as a Net.
That was like his 20th team too. That was
Jim
Jackson had like 20.
He came from Houston. He came from Atlanta.
Look,
he had a bunch of
disrespectful. Disrespectful. Jim, if it wasn't for that ankle injury, Jim Jackson would have been even better. Watch your mouth, Ohio State's finest.
I came back from my ankle injury. I came back from my ankle injury just fine.
At the Brawny Arena,
and you see my career right now. What y'all talking about? I want to hear that.
Yeah. That's OG's move now. Fuck that. That's it.
Magic move.
Yeah.
If I ever see you, if I ever see,
big shout out Jim Jackson. Big shout out Jim Jackson. It's all love, man. But listen, I came back just go ahead, Fabian. I'm sorry.
So Charles Barkley, who's known for hating on us, big Knicks, he loves the cat trade, and he sees this as a matchup. To me, Barkley's always a gambler. He always takes the gambling side of things. But I mean, is this a sign of the times where he's coming on our side, going to the dog side? What do you guys feel about Charles Barkley endorsing the Knicks?
I mean, for me, it feels kind of weird, to be honest with you. Because big shot John Morant, y'all stay over there. Stay on that side. You know what I'm saying? But we've been saying it up here. We're not the laughing stock no more. We are actual destination. We're fun to watch. We're exciting to watch. And now the Knicks are clickbait. Simple and plain. But eventually, when you're an analyst and you play the game, eventually you have to tell the truth and tell it how you see it. It was a great move for us. And right now, New York Knicks is scary. We throwing a monkey wrench into the whole system. Nobody ever thought that eventually the Knicks will get it together and we will make a run to becoming a championship contending team. And that's what we're doing. So Barkley has to tell it how he see it. He kept it real about the Brunson situation. You know what I'm saying? And then now with the Cat situation and watching us, seeing what we did last season, then now the addition of Cat and Mikal Bridges, you have no choice but to be honest and say, yo, man, they making the right move. They going into the right direction. But it does feel a little weird because, Barkley is used to just dogging us, disrespecting us, and giving us no love. So, for me, I just want everybody to keep it real and don't seem like they jumping on the bandwagon. Because like I said, once we popping, I guarantee you, watch how many of these analysts is going to act like they've been down with us when it's only really been one, and that's Kendrick Perkins. Everybody else, they starting to hop on the bandwagon because they see, it's about us right now. So it is a little weird to watch Charles Barkley, with those are the official grandma reading glasses to show us some love. And I wouldn't think he would like the Cat trade because, him being a rough and tough guy in the NBA, physical, and the myth about Cat, everybody love Randall and it's his toughness and him being a bulldog in the China, whatever that saying is.
Bull in the
China shop. So I would think Barkley would relate more to us wanting to keep Randall instead of us going out and getting Cat. So it was a little weird, but maybe he's understanding and now coming along with the times. The game ain't that physical no more. And if you got a big man that can stretch the floor, listen, sky's the limit. So I'm just appreciative that these analysts and these former players is starting to talk about the Knicks in a respectful and good light, and it's not trolling, it's not being disrespectful. They starting to see it for what it is, that we are forced to be reckoned with. So it's a little weird, but I love that now. Our organization, our city, we getting our props.
Flea, real quick, our guest is in the building. My guy from Knicks Film School. I remember him from Knicks Twitter. This guy's amazing. He don't even know how much of a place he got in my heart. Special place, Big Flea, big old ball. we got Shawn with a W.
Yo, you're hilarious. So much you remember me from Knicks Twitter like I left. I'm still on there. I ain't going nowhere.
I'm sorry, Shawn.
Nah, I'm just talking shit.
But I do have to take 2 seconds out to show my appreciation because the Knicks Twitter thing, I didn't know what the hell like Twitter Spaces was. And Shawn with a W, he happened to be a Knicks fan. I seen him on there. We go back and forth. And all of a sudden, I just DM him like, yo, what is this? What's Twitter Spaces? And he says, yo, man, I'll just, what do you call that? FaceTime. You want to FaceTime? Google Meet.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of work, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Shawn's like, yeah, no problem. Look, this is this and that. So welcome to the AllBall TV family, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
Second of all, truly appreciate you, what you always done, just coming on. I asked you to come on. You just jump on right on. You jumped on. We had 100 subscribers. Now you on here. We got 9,000, baby. We moving on up, Shawn.
Listen, man, I'm proud of all y'all. Like this. Listen, this content creator shit ain't easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of consistency. It's like, listen, man. Shout out to CP the franchise because, like, listen, when the Knicks play on New Year's Eve and that game ends at 11:30. He's on at 11:30 on New Year's Eve. He's not out watching the ball drop. He's not at the club. He's there. So it takes consistency. And so shout out to y'all. Y'all can get to 10,000 real soon. So big up yourselves.
Appreciate you, man. It's a guy AllBall, and of course, Big Flea to your left if you're watching the screen, and he's to your right.
Shawn, what up, baby?
What up?
We're just in the middle of
my brother.
How you doing, sir?
Big Knicks hater Charles Barkley turned in favor of the Knicks, and that you heard AllBall briefly describe, his reaction to Barkley just giving us an endorsement. What do you think about the whole media landscape and Barkley in general just turning their tide, and now they want to endorse the Knicks?
AllBall said it perfectly before I came on. The Knicks are clickbait. We were clickbait. Remember, Knicks for clicks was a thing. It ain't changed. I remember Chris Herring was on the KFS podcast, and he was telling the story about because he used to cover the Knicks for the Wall Street Journal, and he said of all the sports stories, the Knicks ones would get the most clicks. Even simple shit like Knicks signed this dude to a 10-day. Knicks may make a little move in the starting line. Little things like his editors will come to him and be like, "Yo, can you write something?" He's like, all I got is this. I ain't really much. He's like, "Nah, put that in there." Because listen, we move the needle. All the people that call us irrelevant and we don't matter, I'm like, listen. Like Reggie Jackson said, they don't boo nobody. Right. We can't be that irrelevant if you are always talking about us. Listen, I said it all the time that everyone loves the Knicks. You either love us or you love to talk about us. So look. Inside the NBA, I have a love-hate relationship inside the NBA. I will not shed a tear when it's gone because it stopped being about ball a long time ago. And they ain't got nothing to do with it. And it's not just the Knicks stuff. It's the bullying and they don't watch the game. They pull stuff out, whatever. But you know what? Listen, if Charles wants to give us our props and he sees what we see, then more power to him. Right. To your point, AllBall, like, listen, like John Moran says, stay on that side. If you switched up, stay over there. Like, if you don't lose people, like, if you watched the ascent of the New York Knicks and you still on lazy bullshit, like, they'll never win because they're the Knicks, they're this, then, like, all right, you stay over there. But if you're going to take an objective look at what we're doing and how in 4 years we have turned this team from we were supposed to be the worst team in the league to a title contender. Listen, man, you gotta pay attention. So, Charles, congratulations for finally seeing what we already knew.
Flea, what was your response to everything I said, and do you have a different perspective?
I mean, I kind of share a little bit of Shawn's sentiments in that I will miss inside the NBA only because of that's what I grew up on, the nostalgia of it and just, those guys being gone away. But the fact still remains is they up there, and a lot of it is more entertainment than actual basketball analysis, right? Educating the fans, educating the people that may just be casual fans and don't understand the game. They can get away with that up there because they don't have the four of us sitting there like, yo, you gonna teach us some stuff or what? You got to understand who he was sitting in front of just now. He's sitting in front of Jim Jackson. So he can't lie. He can't not tell the truth. He got to be real about what he's looking at. And what he's looking at is, yo, we have gotten better. There's no way that you could find a way to hate on this team right now with what we've done, or like I said, over the last 8 months. When you talk about trading for OG, when you talk about trading for Mikal Bridges, when you talk about trading for Karl Anthony Towns, like all of these things have happened within the last 6 to 8 months. Charles Barkley, you can't go and sit in front of a guy that calls games regularly, is really in the thick of it in terms of, away from the entertainment aspect of trying to be a sports commentator and actually, educating the fan. He couldn't go there in front, is what I'm saying, with Jim Jackson. And so he had to tell the truth. And the truth is, the Knicks are going to be a good team. The Knicks are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 contender for winning the championship this year. It just is what it is. Either y'all get with it or y'all don't, right? But I fully expect Barkley to walk back what he said, because he's not going to be able to go on that TNT set and say that with his chest. He's going to get pushed back from Shaq. Kenny is never, ever going to be like, yo, I'm all in on the Knicks. He started doing that goofy shit about wearing a little bit of the colors during the playoffs, trying to play in our face. Like, y'all, you got to start taking us serious, right? So I'll be more impressed when Chuck is sitting in front of Ernie, Shaq, and Kenny singing our praises. In front of Jim Jackson, he got to tell the truth.
Nah, well, that was well said. That was well said, because I didn't think about him being in front of Jim Jackson. Because Jim Jackson, that's my guy. And Jim Jackson doesn't play that game. He really doesn't go on there on first take and stuff like that. That's not his thing. His thing is just being is he the Sacramento or the Clippers announcer?
Clippers.
And I love when he breaks the game down. But the thing with Barkley for me is I don't think he's really a liar. I think he's just a gambler. And he's always betting on somebody, and he's just telling his frustrations through the TV. Last year, they hit it on the nose though with Indiana. I don't know if they had inside information, but I don't know if it was because of the Tibbs thing. He felt like the play was going to run to the ground and everything like that. They happened to hit it on the nose, but they were dead wrong about us, like what we really were, healthy. We were way better than, to me, in my opinion, we just were the best team in the league. Healthy with Ihart and everybody, Randall, and we didn't get to see Mitchell Robinson with that lineup. So I'm glad to see the tides are turning. What I don't like is I don't feel like what everybody's feeling now. We felt that in January. I didn't need no supposed superstar to come here to make me believe in none of this. I saw chemistry. I saw basketball being played. We have yet to really see that yet. We see one game against the Wizards, another game in the Priest. That's it. And Cash showed up. And okay, cool. I'm still not convinced yet. I still got more to see, like you be saying, Fleet. So I ain't convinced. And that's why I think Barkley's kind of lying right now.
If he played like garbage, you would quickly come up here. AllBall would quickly be up here talking about, I don't know about this trade. In 2 games against Charlotte and Washington, the way y'all are, y'all would have came up here and said, what is he doing? Is he asleep at the wheel? Why is he not? He had 25 and 12 last night. We got a post from AllBall. Like, come on. Like, y'all would have came up here. Y'all would have came up here and said, yo, what is going on if he didn't show up against them teams? So, come on.
Anybody that know me, and big shout out, Shawn with the W, man. Appreciate the love and support, man, coming up here with us. Anybody that know me, I can't wait to curse somebody out. So that's me. Listen, I'm bipolar when it comes to sports, and that's what real Knicks fans are. We will love you today, and then tomorrow we will be ready to trade you and your whole family back to Minnesota. So, it's all fun and games, but I think now what Barkley and a lot of analysts have to do now, they have to do their job. Because before, I always said this, they was being lazy. Barkley will tell you, I don't watch the games. How many times has he sat on Inside NBA and said, I don't watch this stuff? So these guys are still analyzing. Their mindset is still from 5, 6, 7 years ago. That's why they still pick certain teams every year to win the championship. That's why they still say, well, Golden State Warriors have a chance. The Lakers have a chance. No, they don't, because they not doing their homework. Go ahead, my brother, if you want to respond to that.
No, it's funny you say that about Golden State, because in 2015, that season, Charles was on TV all year saying, Golden State ain't no jump shooting team going to championship, and he will pick against them all the time. So when I say that to say, a lot of these dudes, especially these older dudes, they're used to things being a certain way. And when things go against what they're used to, they're like, I don't know. So they're going to be hesitant. Like, They've seen the Knicks. Like, listen, Charles played in the 90s. He played in the 90s. He knew what time it was this team. Shaq played in the 90s. He knew what time it was with those Knicks, right? Kenny played in the 90s. Yes, he was on the Houston Rockets team, so he can go to hell, but like he knew what time it was. But listen, I don't care if they choose us or not. I don't care if they pick us or not, but I just had to jump in because, oh boy, I remember when you said Charles Barkley and you said the Warriors, because now what they're doing to the Warriors now, I tell people all the time, the Warriors used to be the Knicks. The Warriors were worse than the Knicks. No, I ain't never met a Golden State Warrior fan. I grew up in New York. I never met a Golden State Warrior fan.
Shawn, it's nasty. Shawn, I tell people all the time, that fan base, y'all started watching basketball in 2015. That's when you started watching hoops.
Bingo.
Like, don't tell me that you were a Latrell Sprewell fan from Golden State. You don't even know that Golden State drafted Chris Webber. Like, there's stuff about the Warriors that these niggas don't know, but want to tell me that they're Run TMC fans. Go to hell. No,
go to hell.
2015 is when you became a fan. Cut it out.
Hold on, Shawn fits right in because AllBall, Flea, and Shawn, y'all be sending people to hell every other 5 minutes. It's just crazy.
Son, it's great. Like the Warriors, listen. Y'all, I assume y'all grew up in New York. I can hear the accents. Y'all grew up in New York. You remember when we were like, okay, I'm a little, I don't know how old you are. I'm 43. I started watching Knicks in 92. I was 11, and I became a Knicks fan because I was like, on my way to school, on the school bus, there'll be arguments about Knicks and Bulls. And I was like, yo, we live in New York. Why are y'all Bulls fans? This don't make no sense. And I knew hella Bulls fans as a kid. And again, I'm from New York. I wasn't traveling all over the country. The Bulls fans I knew was from the Bronx and Manhattan and Queens and Brooklyn. Now when I meet a Bulls fan, they from Chicago. That's the Warriors or the new Bulls. When's the last time you met a Bulls fan from outside Chicago? Think about it.
They all get it.
And when Steph is gone,
right back.
Listen, shout out to Dom Drop. I always tell that to Dom all the time. So I said, yo, the same thing happened with Golden State happened with the Bulls. And yo, the same story you had. I said I was on a school bus, I was on a regular bus. All these Bulls fans, they're extinct. Where they go? They were Jordan fans. My man, shout out to Joe Rose. This guy went from a Bulls fan, Michael Jordan fan, then he was a Dirk fan, Dallas fan. I said, what? Where's your team? They don't do that. And that's why they don't like us, because we love our team.
Well, listen, Shawn with a W just brought up some memories. So I'm 46, right? So, I remember we had no choice. My neighborhood, you had to be a Knicks fan or you get your ass kicked. You ain't arguing on the block. You a Boston Celtics fan over Chicago. Now, a lot of people was Michael Jordan fans. We ain't give a damn about Chicago. But you make a great point.
There were Knicks fans that were Michael Jordan fans. I just wanted to say that real quick. Like
you listen, you looking at one to the point where, like I said, that Come Fly With Me VCR tape. Listen, I'm 5'8". I ain't nowhere near 6'6". I watched that and said I could be Mike. Like, you get what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, man, the Knicks, we are a real fan base. And we really love our team. We love our city. And that was a great point. And we up here compared what we're doing now to the Golden State Warriors. Not saying we can win 4 chips and go six times to the finals, 7 times to the finals, but we just have to be patient. Golden State was patient. It was rumblings about Steph Curry and should we get rid of him? Should we keep him? And they was patient. They worked through the draft, made some moves, and then boom, they blew up like wildfire. We have an opportunity to do the same thing. I just hope our fan base, let's be patient. You talking to a person that's very impatient. I want to win tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But, I just hope we be patient and understand if we don't win it this year, we can't just all of a sudden blow it up. No, this thing is going to take some time. Like I said, I said this before the cat trade, and my brothers can agree. I said, I give us 3 years. 3 years, we will win a championship. And I'm going to say this, and I've been saying this. When the Knicks win a championship, this will be the most important championship in all of sports history. Our one championship will trump all the Celtics and Lakers championships, all the Patriots champion. We will trump every championship with one. That's how important it is for the city of New York, as far as gluing arms to Knicks to win a championship. And we coming, baby. Pause.
The Steph ankles, the do we trade Monte Ellis or do we keep Monte Ellis? Right. There was a bunch of stuff that went on over there before they decided to stay patient. Okay, we're gonna move Monte. We're gonna work on Steph's body. We're gonna get him to where he's stronger. What I was telling you the other day about Chet, Fabian, his base being stronger. We had to get Steph's base stronger to be able to shoot the way that he shoots now, right? And so I just feel like if we are patient, right? If we don't overreact, if we lose in the second round of the playoffs this year, that shouldn't create an overreaction from the front office, from the fan base. It should not create that. I'm sorry.
Hold on. But it depends. Hold on now. It depends on how you go out. We all know that saying. It's not whether you win or lose a fight. It's how you go out in that fight. If we in the second round and we going up against Boston or Philly and it's a dog fight and we losing the game 7 down the wire, then I can respect that. But there's no way in the world we losing in the second round in 5-6 games to Orlando or Cleveland or some shit like that. So Fleet, it depends on how we lose.
What are you going to say if that happens? You're going to want to dismantle the whole roster?
Hell yeah. I got to be who I am.
And hell yeah. And that's where we go this way. That's what I'm saying. You can't do that.
We have a 4-year window. The window is 4 years because if you look at the way the contracts are set up and when people are eligible, because basically Bridges, the way it works out is that basically Bridges is extension eligible. He's a free agent after like 2 years. And the biggest thing is that Cat comes off the books in 4 years. So basically they have a 4-year window. So to Flea's point, if they don't win a championship this year, it's not the end of the world. Agreed. Now, what I will say is this. If they lose in the second round again, if it's to Boston, fine. If it's to anyone else and we're fully healthy, because you have to remember, it's not that the Knicks have lost in the second round the last 2 years, is that they lost to an 8 and a 6. Yeah. Now, granted, there are circumstances.
We were always a higher seed.
Yeah, there are circumstances. Obviously, last year we had no one left. I believe if we had Julius, if Julius was right 2 years ago, we could beat the Heat, whatever. If one other motherfucker beside Brunson shows up in Game 6, we beat we usually get to Game 7. But
don't get all ball started with DiVincenzo and IHOP for Game 7. Oh, dear Lord.
Listen, nobody showed up that Game 6 except Brunson. Like if one motherfucker shows up, they go to Game 7. Anyway. No, I'm talking about 2 years ago.
He's talking about 2 years ago against Miami.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
One
Jesus
motherfucker.
Christ.
Yeah. So anyway, for me, the floor should be conference finals for this season because I think this team was the 2 seed last year and they were down 3 starters for 2 months. There's no reason why they can't be a top 3 seed. There's no reason why they shouldn't beat. Listen, I would love for Indiana to be the 6th seed because, listen, I tell people all the time, and they make fun of us because it's like if, and if, then whatever. I think I would ask, like you would say that last year, the ideal lineup, if everyone was healthy, would have been Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, insert center here, Mitch or Ihart, whoever, right? I think we said that's the ideal lineup, right?
Depending on the matchup, right?
Yeah.
I got to get Josh Hart on the floor, Shawn. I got to get Josh Hart on the floor. But I like that lineup, but I got to get him on the floor.
Yeah, he'll play, but like that's the ideal starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana never saw that lineup in 11 games last year. We played them 11 times. They never saw that lineup. So best believe if we are healthy and we see them in the first round, it's a gentleman's sweep. Like if Nembhard don't hit that 3, it might be a gentleman's sweep. Like so.
Shawn, let me ask you a question though, really quick.
Sir.
Let me ask you a question. The same question I have for OG or Bull. If we do get in a position where we're in the second round and we meet a Cleveland, we meet an Orlando, we meet an Indiana, and we lose again in the second round in 6, 5, maybe. You think we need to dismantle that roster? How do you react if that's the question for you? How do you react, and how do you move forward if that is the case?
If we lose in a manner that is similar to 2021 and 2023, the roster, like, there will be changes. Honestly, I think those changes are coming soon before the season starts. I think after, I believe, I have to go double check. We may have a swap to trade after next season. After next season, we have Mitch, although I don't think Mitch is. There's a part of me that thinks we've seen the last of Mitchell Robinson, orange and blue.
Oh, hold on to that thought.
Hold on to that thought. Get him the. Oh Lord,
hold on to those thoughts. That's next segment. Go ahead.
Yeah, and in terms of trades, listen, I thought all the Nova Knicks were untouchable. That's not the case. Clearly,
almost. Took them a summer.
I would say, and listen, and actually, you know what? I think the change that you would see is, like I said, if it's similar to what happened in 21 and 23, where the offense is bogged down, I think the change you would see is with the coach. But that's if the offense just goes to shit in the playoffs. If we're scoring 120 points a game, and and we go out in the second round, it's gonna be like, all right, I don't think you're blowing anything up. But the scrutiny, the pressure will be heightened if we go out to one of those. If like you said, Cleveland, Orlando, Indiana, no, that losing to them is unacceptable.
Except Orlando, but that's neither here nor there. Flea, your man just tapped into my conspiracy bag. All I heard was this beautiful music to my ears just now. He said coaching change? Did I just hear that?
You don't even have a replacement.
Yes, you do. Flea, don't do that, Flea.
I know who my replacement is.
Who is it?
I've been telling you this for years, and I don't want to take this tape. It's my dad's tape. Big shout out to the OG Flea, Big Papa Flea. He said, yo, listen, we been should have went and hired Jay Wright. If we just want to do it all, just go hire Jay Wright. Go get him. We should have been did it. And I was like, I don't know. He said, listen, and this is Papa Flea has been a Knicks fan since 65, 70. So he's watched the last time we won a championship. He said, go get Jay Wright. How do y'all feel about that before we go forward? Just real quick. I don't want to stay here.
I think he's done.
Okay.
I think he's done.
Okay. OG?
I mean, everybody that knows me knows I'm not a Tibbs guy. I always say he grew on me, even though it's like fungus. We had our show last night, and I'm peeking at the game, and what I was saying, we up 20, third quarter, 2 minutes left. Cat, Brunson, Bridges, and them is still in the game. What are you doing? So, I've said this many a times. This season, this is where Tibbs has to show he's a great coach. There's no more excuses. So I agree with Shawn. Let me see. You've been more.
You're more likely end up with Nick Wright.
With Nick Wright.
That's funny. That's funny.
So I agree with Shawn with a W. This season, Tibbs, man, is under the eye, man. He's under the pressure. He has the players. He has a front office now that's doing the right thing and doing a great job. There's no more excuses. He has to coach, and he has to coach his ass off. So I won't be surprised, like y'all just said, if we lose in a manner that is unacceptable, which I agree with Shawn with a W. Only team we should be losing to is Boston. Like I said, if Philly is fully healthy with that roster, like I said, and it goes down to a 7-game series and it's a knockdown, then I gotta respect that. It's like boxing, and you go to the 12th round and it goes to a decision and we don't know who won. I can respect that. But Tom Thibodeau has to coach his butt off, or he can be out of here, because there's no excuse. We have everything in place now. Have everything in place.
That wouldn't be out of order though, because he just re-signed the extension, or he just signed the extension this summer. I don't know, not out of order, but I don't think they
Nothing's
would.
out of order no more, bro. Everything is out of control nowadays. You crazy?
It wouldn't.
Bro,
It wouldn't be shocking.
They will hire a coach, make him the highest paid head coach, and fire him at the end of his first season. Big shout out to Monty Williams. Right, they will do it in a minute.
Wow.
James don't give a shit. Like,
Right.
So his extension is a 3-year extension through 2028. If they fall flat in their face, listen, Don will eat that. He will eat that. He will eat that.
No,
now,
no problem. Right.
I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I'm not saying I want that to happen. What I'm saying is, if the season ends in a manner that we feel is unacceptable, of short of goals, and that manner is our offense went to shit, which will be the third time,
Right?
I think the change will be either that or. But because they really don't. This is their team for the most part. This is who they got. This is who they have. Like, they can't, the rules of the new CBA and all that stuff and whatever. So that's where I don't say they're stuck, but that's always the easiest change is always to change the coach.
That has been my realization in the summer, that the CBA deals would mess us up by not re-signing iHeart. I don't think they wanted to let go of iHeart. They hated not having that $90 million to play with that OKC was able to offer. Not that you offer him $90 million, but maybe 60, 70, whatever. At least give yourself a chance. And iHeart next to Cat, it's a little bit different than iHeart next to Randall. But you still would rather have iHeart next to them, because OKC's about to look crazy this year. Chet looks amazing, about to look even more amazing with iHeart next to him.
So two things. One, so it actually wasn't the new CBA that caused us to not keep iHeart. It was. So basically, we did not have his bird rights, and bird rights have existed forever. So right. Bird rights, for those who don't know, bird rights give you the ability to sign a player to whatever number, regardless of the cap. Like, you can go over the cap to sign your own players, but you need to have their bird rights. And the way you get someone's bird rights is they have to either have been on your team or traded on that contract for a 3-year period. iHeart was only here 2 years. So they could only extend him to a certain percentage of what he was making before. So the Knicks literally offered him, and that rules existed for years. So they literally offered him every dollar they could. And listen, when someone says here's $30 million next year, not for 3 years, next year, you take
right.
it. Now, here's what I will say. If we could have signed Isaiah Hartenstein, or if Isaiah Hartenstein decided, I don't want to live in Oklahoma City because I don't care about $30 million in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, $15 million in New York, I'm straight. I'm Gucci. If we could sign iHeart, Cat is not a Nick. And
Think so?
It's not feasible.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. It's not feasible.
Why not?
At least not this year.
It's
not a Nick.
You're gonna bring $50 million onto our cap? I don't think they would have been able to do that.
Or he would have went out in the trade. Like, there would have been, the Knicks needed, like, people think that the Mitch injury news that was announced for weeks ago is what got the Cat trade going. It's like, no, the iHeart loss is what got the Cat trade going. Now, what I will say is, if they had kept iHeart, went to the playoffs this year, went out in the second round, then they're like, hey, Minnesota, what's good? But the iHeart trade is why Cat is not here. The iHeart trade is why the iHeart going to Oklahoma City is why Karl-Anthony Towns is in there.
I think the money makes sense though, but he's talking about personnel wise. So that's the part that I'm like, damn. For me, iHeart makes sense with anybody, damn near.
But remember, I definitely agree, because how long we was up here saying that once we lost iHeart, excuse me, we was searching for a big man. And how many times we came up here and was saying, we can't go in the season with, remember, we don't know what's going on with Mitch. And as much as we love Precious, he's not a legit center or a legit backup center. So I definitely agree. And go ahead, Flea, I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Oh, and remember, I fell out of love with iHeart, him and DiVincenzo, because I will never get over Game 7 in the Garden. Y'all couldn't pull it through for Brunson. He pulled through all season for y'all. in a game 7 at home against bum-ass Indiana, who I've been hating since Reggie Miller days. And then they happen to talk shit. Hart and DiVincenzo couldn't pull through and get a game 7 at home. So adios, bon voyage. I do not miss them, and I'm not rooting for them in Minnesota or OKC. They both could go to hell. Sorry, y'all. I go off the rocker sometime. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we know. I was just commenting on what you said. We know what we got with Mitch now. We know. We are clear on what we got with Mitchell Robinson. Whenever we want to segue and get to that, we need to get to that because I'm sick of that nigga.
There you go.
I think we can segue.
You segued it. Go ahead.
Yo,
I think you just rocked the whole internet right now. I'll get my computer in order. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, y'all. Here we go. Mitchell Robinson, it was announced today that he's out until January now instead of December. It seems like old news, but hey, guess what? ESPN don't care. What did Shawn say earlier? Knicks for clicks, y'all. Here's Shams making his debut with ESPN, and I'll spare you Stephen A. Smith's voice and get right to Shams' announcement with the Knicks.
Week of the trade, that precipitated really quickly. I mean, you think about from Tuesday, Wednesday of that week is really when I started hearing conversations taking place. But these conversations between the Knicks and the Timberwolves, they've been going on since draft week. That's when I'm told the Knicks offered a package around Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. But that was a hard no from Minnesota. They valued Karl-Anthony Towns. Only a deal like this, where Julius Randle comes in, Dante DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick. So up until that week, Dante DiVincenzo wasn't on the table. The Knicks insert him into that potential offer, remove Mitchell Robinson, and then they put that first-round pick in that night, that Friday night, and that's what got that deal done. In Minnesota, they understand the luxury tax situation long-term, the salary situation that they have. It was going to be it's a massive deal that Karl-Anthony Towns is on right now. 4 years, a super max contract that he's on, and if they can get multiple players, they can slot in a Julius Randle at the 4. They have a shooter in Dante DiVincenzo. They almost signed him as a free agent in 2023, and you get some draft capital. And the Knicks, they needed a 5, and a lot of that is because Mitchell Robinson. Steven, I don't want to break your heart so early, but I'm told he will be out the remainder of this calendar year, 2024. I knew you'd bring me bad news, Shawn. He will aim for a season debut. How long you been here? 3 minutes and you're bringing me bad news already? I will. It might be bad news on the front end, but he is aiming to make his return. And he had 2 ankle surgeries last season. It is imperative for the Knicks, for Mitchell Robinson, for him to come back in peak form and really take his time from these injuries. And they're hopeful he's going to be back. And Tom Thibodeau loves Mitchell Robinson defensively, Steven. Okay. Having him at the 5, seeing him in a lineup with him at the 5, Karl-Anthony Towns at the 4, that is something you should be happy about.
Yeah, I was going to spare you Stephen A. Smith anyway with his fake Nick support. But that was Shams reporting that Mitchell Robinson is out until January, which I thought we all knew that already.
I knew that already. Like, when they say he's not going to miss the start of the season, like, we'll see him in December or January. Like, when a guy gets hurt nowadays, especially when it's like a foot injury like that nowadays, when they say, like, because remember, it used to be when we were kids, it was like, he's out 4 weeks, he comes back in 4 weeks. Now it is he'll be reevaluated in 6 weeks. People are like, oh, he's back in 6 weeks. Like, no. He said he'll be reevaluated. I didn't think we were seeing Mitchell Robinson before January 1st. Same thing, Kristaps in Boston. They're talking about he'll be back in December. All right. I see you on MLK Day, my brother. Like,
yeah, but they just announced that the trade deadline for Porzingis. So maybe that's what the Knicks playing with that, by having Shams come out there. You know, he's the player supporting guy. But I think we heard Flea before we went to the segment. He had some strong feelings about Mitchell Robinson.
No, man, I'm just tired of that dude, man. And the only reason I get so worked up about that dude is because me personally, I feel like Mitchell Robinson is holding the success of the New York Knicks in the palm of his hands, right? Like, I feel like him being healthy and ready to go, like, tips us over. Like, all of this speculation, can the Knicks do this? Can the Knicks do that? I feel like if Mitchell Robinson is 100% healthy going into this season, Oh, Flea is talking way more cash shit than I'm talking right now. Like y'all thought I love the Knicks. Now, if we had a healthy Mitchell Robinson, you niggas, I would be insufferable. You niggas would hate me. I'm talking about the comments. Like y'all would hate me because I would be extremely confident in what we'd be able to do. I would love to see Karl Anthony Towns at the 4 spot in the Eastern Conference, eating in his matchups every single night. I would love to see that. But okay, we got him at the 5 going forward. I think we'll be fine. Here's the thing: Mitch played his best basketball last season, at the beginning of the season. When he started the season, he was 10 points, 10 rebounds, 59% from the field. Like he was excellent to start the year last year. Goes down, we rush him back. I feel like we rushed him back. Did we need him? I believe so, but I feel like we rushed him back. And now we're in this position now where we go through the entire summer where I'm under the impression that he's gearing up, right? He's gearing up to be ready to go. Get yourself in shape because I feel like you're a fat ass right now. You need to drop at least 20 to 30 pounds. Please, please. That young, spry Mitch that I remember from the first 2-3 seasons, running up and down the court like a gazelle, like that's the Mitch that I love. Now, Mitch, I could see you don't look good in your jersey, bro. I don't like the way you're looking. Please get in shape. Please get right. Please. Because we need you. I love Mitch, y'all. I'm not trying to kick Mitch in the back, but he's pissing me off that he can't get healthy.
He said he don't look right in his jersey. I'm dead.
Let's get it together. Please. Because literally that Knicks championship and the success, I know I'm talking about shit, y'all, but really, think about this. If Mitch is 100% healthy, Shawn, if Mitch is 100% healthy, how do you feel about the Knicks going into this season? If you know that we got him at tip-top shape.
I feel very good because of the flexibility it gives us, but also, even if Mitch were 100% healthy, we still might have Karl Anthony Towns in our team because clearly, man. All right, you know what? Let me see if I can find this. There is this tweet, and I reference this shit all the time, and it shows how far. I actually bookmarked it. It's how far the opposition center is away from the basket. On average last year. Okay, right? So, and it's a chart and it's logos, right? And at the top of the chart is the Boston Celtics. And I have it right here because on average, rim protectors stood 11 feet 4 inches away from the basket versus the Celtics. Like, that's how far your center, your rim protector was from the basket. That's because they have Kristaps, who, 3-point shooter, yeah, right? So if I found the tweet. So you see, at the top, there's the Celtics. Then there's a big ass space, and then there's all these other teams, right? You got Oklahoma City, Milwaukee, Pacers, teams with stretch files with, right? And then you go all the way to the bottom, and who's that at the bottom? The New York Knicks. Rim protector stood 7 feet 8 inches away from the basket because our center is in a dunker spot and does not move from that spot. Now, I think we saw last year, I think what Leon Rose saw last year was Jalen Brunson with arguably the worst spacing in the NBA was 5th in MVP voting. What could he do with a paint that was open?
Word.
So, for you, Flea, I think Mitchell Robinson. One, I think if Mitchell Robinson was healthy, Mitchell Robinson may be in Minnesota. But I think either way, Cat might still be here because the Knicks realize they have to play, especially seeing how Indiana goes about things, seeing what Boston is doing. Again, your rim protector is nowhere near the rim when you play them. So I think seeing how the league is the league has evolved and seeing what Boston did and what other teams are trying to do, I think he might be. I think if they lose Iheart, once they lost Iheart, it was like, all right, we gotta do something about it. And then when we bring him in, the writing may be on the wall for your boy.
What you feel about Mitch, boy? After you heard all this, we ain't got no spacing. We gave Brunson all the room in the world now.
Right, I'm a I love to play devil's advocate. Both of y'all, Flea, Shawn with a W, y'all both make great points, right? But I have to be honest. Without Mitch, we don't get out the first round last season. What he did, the job he did against Embiid, even though Embiid was hobbled, Mitch was hobbled as well. We didn't have Randall. Was nothing less than spectacular. I think we all know the season doesn't start till after the All-Star break anyway. This is what everybody says. So these early games don't even matter. We should have enough talent if Tiff does this thing rightfully to where we should be able to hold it down and let Mitch get as healthy as possible. Because I'm going to be honest, I would love to see Brunson, Bridges, OG, Cat, and Mitch in the starting lineup when we're going into the playoffs against a Philadelphia 76ers. So for me, am I over Mitch? A little bit, but him not being able to be there till January, it doesn't bother me because we should have enough. There should be no excuses now. And I think, let him get healthy. And like I said, him in the lineup, listen, I'm going to be honest. I think that makes us, I think we're dangerous now. I think that will make us the most dangerous team in the NBA, especially if Mitch comes back healthy and he's in shape. If he's in shape at the same time, listen, man, I love to see that lineup. So for me, I get what both of y'all are saying, but we're going to need Mitchell Robinson in the playoffs because Cat, watching him on the defensive end, he tries, but he looks weird when he goes up for a block. It's almost like he doesn't even know how to do it because that's not his game. So I think in the playoffs, when we have a Mitch or OG in the Bridges, as far as defensively, when we got to go up against teams like Orlando, Cleveland, who got those two big dogs if they're healthy, with Jared Allen and Mobley. And then of course you have Boston and Philly. So I definitely think, I like our chances against those guys without Mitch. But I think with Mitch, listen, man, I think, we can go to the finals.
That's where I was going with that, AllBall. Like, it's almost like we have to wait for Mitch because what was the rumor? Mitchell Robinson for Trey Murphy. And it's like, yeah, he's another wing defender. He's great, 7 foot wingspan. He's a great defender, he could shoot. But it's like Mitchell Robinson prevents a mismatch. He X's out Embiid. He X's out the Cavs. And we haven't seen him against Orlando. To me, Orlando's the sleeper team of the East. They're a big problem for everybody. He can X out Boston. They don't have rebounders like that single-handedly. So I'll let him wait until March if he wants to. I don't care because that's been who you are. I'm not surprised by you being out anyway. And KP is out for that long anyway. I want you to be as healthy as possible for the Porzingis of the world, especially against Joel Embiid, so we can embarrass him. We got to get him and them Philly fans up out of here. They're on a big town losing streak. We killing Philadelphia. The Mets killed them. The Knicks killed them. Let's keep this thing going. And I don't think we could do it without Mitchell Robinson, really. Cat, to me, is still flagrantly, not feeling him yet. I'll give him some time, but I ain't feeling him yet.
Why y'all feel like we got so much cachet and so much, like, so much room to step out there and just win 45, 50 games and without Mitchell Robinson? Like, the next few months is going to be important. Setting habits. I don't care what nobody says. This is a different team. I know we have a lot of the same core, but this is a different team. How we going to be approaching teams defensively is going to be we looked great last night. We turned the Wizards over 30 times last night. That's wonderful, but it's the Wizards. Like we said, it's the Wizards. Are we going to be turning Boston over 30 times without Mitchell Robinson? I don't know. Are we going to be turning over Philly like that? I don't know. Like, we need to be fully healthy. We know. I don't want us to like drink too much of that Kool-Aid and feel like because we were able to scratch and claw and win so many games last year without any of our guys that we could duplicate that again. I don't want to get into like we shouldn't think. I just don't think we should think like that. We need all of our guys to make sure that we set ourselves up to be in a good playoff spot, setting good habits. So we get Mitch back, and how long is it going to take him to get in shape, game shape? How long is it going to take him to get, accustomed to playing with guys, playing next to Cat? Like, I don't think we could play with this too much. Like, we need him to be back by January and get on the court by January. Please.
I'll let Shawn respond. You got to get going, Shawn.
I think
do you second that nonsense?
No,
Rushing back.
I don't think it's. I see where he's coming from. Like, good point. Like, let's say he comes back January. Let's say he starts playing January 1st. He's not in shape. It's probably gonna take him a month to get in shape. Now it's February. Maybe it's gonna take him like 6 weeks. Like 6 weeks to get in shape, or 2 months. Because, like you said, when he came back in April, he was coming off the bench for a reason. Like, you can see the condition wasn't there. So yes, I do believe, especially when you have a guy like Thibodeau, if you notice, he will use the first 20 games to experiment, to figure things out. So yes, the more guys we can have back to the versatility we have, the better. At the same time, all ball is correct. Like, you need to be, like I say all the time, not how you start, it's how you finish. So be ready, like be good don't be good in November, be good in April and May. The last thing I'll say is the Orlando Magic are going to be a playing team this year. I think the glazing of the Orlando Magic has gone way too far. I think the last year's Magic reminded me they're the We Here Knicks. They're the 2020-2021. They're the 2020-2021 Knicks.
Hold on. Shawn with a W. Hold on, just real quick. I'm gonna let you finish.
Yes,
last night, I called Orlando Magic the Sacramento Kings of the East. I said they always gonna have that hype there, but to me, they're never gonna get over the hump, and everybody's gonna continue to go berserk about them. So I agree with everything you said. Thank you.
I'm not gonna say they'll never get over the hump, but all I'm saying is, all I know is they're an Eastern Conference team that preaches defense with a defensive head coach who was in the 4-5 matchup that went out in the first round, led by a power forward who scores 20 and 10 and is inefficient as hell. When have I heard that story before?
Hey,
and everyone, but he's young, but power blank. Listen, if he shoots league average from 3, the league is cooked. But guess what? If it's for fifths, we'd all be drunk. I am putting, like, that's the team I'm going to fade this year. And because, like I said, last year, that was their We Here season. I tell my man Salty Magic all the time, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Because that was the season of no expectations. Now, people gunning for you. And that's another team that never saw our best starting lineup when we played them 4 times last year. I can't wait to put them in the dirt. All right. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. All ball, Flea, Fabian, respect. Shout out to y'all. I love to be back. I'll have you back anytime. And I need to have y'all on study hall. We need to set that up. So we'll set that up. All right. Y'all have a good one, gentlemen.
Yes. Appreciate you coming on, Shawn, man.
Yes, sir.
Always love. Everybody go follow Shawn with a W on Twitter, man. This guy shows massive love. Please give him a shout out. Show him all the love in the world of AllBall TV. I really appreciate you, Shawn. Have a good night. You and the family.
Yes, sir. My brother. Yeah.
You know, the Sacramento Kings didn't make the playoffs for almost 18 years prior when they were a 2 seed, right? You know that, right? You know that wasn't a shot in the dark. They just finally got good. Them niggas was due for 20 years.
He actually called me a glazer, so I just was basking in it, like, yo, all you glazers. I'm like, that was me.
That would be me.
Hey, here goes AllBall. You fucking sellout. The fucking sellout. Yo, and yesterday I said it was a playing team, Shawn. You just met this guy.
When he said glazer, he was like, yeah.
Let me explain something to y'all. I've been saying it. I cannot wait to act like Varnell Hill. I'm telling you. Listen, I can't wait to go. You gonna be in LA this weekend? Damn. You want 3 minutes? Give him his 3 minutes. I can't wait.
3 minutes.
I can't, bro. Right. I can't wait to wear the yellow suit with the red shirt and the shades. I'm telling you, with the security. Snooky. Do work. I can't wait.
Have you ever been to my house before?
He said, what he said? He said, kiss a pretty lady. He said, Duval now, man, catch your boing boing. I can't wait. Duval now, man.
What he said? Oh, he said, I get a grape. He said, oh, I get a grape too? Thank you.
Listen,
why is he sounding
all jokes aside, big shout out Shawn with a W, man. Like Flea and Fabian said, please go follow that young man on Twitter platform. But like I said, man, up here, we just appreciate and love the support from everybody, man. You know, it really means a lot to us when guys, you know, pull up and want to chop it up with us. And y'all in the chat, the best people in the world. But once again, appreciate Shawn with a W, man, and AllBall family for life now, my brother.
Appreciate you, Shawn, for real.
Yeah, man.
He said, you see what Galvatron said? You're gonna get sprayed.
So stupid.
What?
So if y'all gotta watch I know you're not a big preseason guy or ball, but are you excited off of the 30 turnovers that the franchise record that people want to go crazy for?
So yesterday, you know, I was just excited to see, you know, the lineup on the floor, see Cat on the floor, see them guys healthy. You know, like I don't really put no stock into preseason, even though I'm a maniac Knicks fan, and in my mindset, I wish they had a preseason championship. We would be in a championship, right? But I don't put no stock in, especially us playing the Washington Wizards. I seen somebody in the chat. Big shout out to the DMV, great city, DC. But you know, we know Washington Wizards is not a good team. I'm just more excited that everybody's healthy. So to see these guys on the floor playing, to see, you know, because I love preseason because all the guys are playing, you know. To see Kolick, you know, Cameron Payne, like really see guys out there getting minutes, putting up shots and just looking good. Listen, man, you know, I don't really put no stock into the turnovers and us blowing Washington out. I agree with Fleet. You know, we got to see how we look in the regular season against the top teams in the whole NBA, not just the East. I want to see how we look against OKC and Boston and Philly. You know, the Orlandos who, like you said, been a thorn in our side. But I'm just excited for the season, man. We here less than 2 weeks away, and to see, you know, everybody healthy. Flea, that's what's more important to me. Everybody's healthy, so we will be starting the season with no injuries besides Mitchell Robinson. That's what I'm more excited for than anything.
Flea, I did see Mikal Bridges look the most comfortable out of him and Cat. You know what I'm saying? Like he was missing a couple layups, but he got into a stride. The full court, the transition pass, got a little layup. And it was also because him and OG, they showed you a preview, and it was just like I said. We just talked about it the other day. The reason why Washington caught Brogdon is because Brogdon was on Portland, and they used to tear up Washington. Washington can't hold on to the ball. So the one thing I'm gonna say though is this, Flea. I love the sign of a really great team is when you see a bad team and you pounce on them. You don't give them no chance. Right. Remember how we used to just be like letting the Wizards stick around, teams like that? There's no games with this.
Dump them. You gotta dump them.
And Cat missed like 23 pointers.
For the first quarter or so, he was garbage. He wasn't good.
Yeah.
I wish I was a fly on the wall with the first quarter when OG was watching.
But I wasn't mad.
Like,
but Flea, here's one thing before I get it back to you. I wasn't mad. It felt like he was rushing it. I know he was nervous, but I like the fact that he was trying to impress us. I like the fact that he was out there. You know what? I'm at the Garden. I got to show out. For whatever reason, maybe call me crazy, but I like that he was chucking with that awkward ass jump shot he got. But I like the fact that he said he was nervous afterwards. Let me get into the game. Let me miss some shots. What's the worst that could happen now? I missed 8 straight 3-pointers. They brought me here for that. So that's the worst you're ever gonna look then. So I like that he was willing to fail already. I can only do nothing but like that.
Big shout out to Fish. They don't send stats from the preseason to New York. Hakeem said that to Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell was telling the story about asking, yo, Dream, why you not getting to it? He was like, nigga, they don't send this shit to New York. He said the
Shit
next
don't
game,
count?
I guess.
Right.
He said the season opener
Opening
was
game?
like a
Crazy.
dude went nuts, 36 and 15
Right,
or some
right.
wild shit like that, right? Big shout out to Fish. Nah, man, for me, preseason is about setting good habits. Like if you out there and you playing, you want to start trying to get yourself into shape. You should already be in shape, right? If you a pro, you should be already out there in
Facts.
shape. It's just all about like building chemistry, seeing what you have, seeing, trying some things out. Obviously the bench is going to get a lot more playing time than the guys that are going to be playing the heavy minutes. So it was, I can't wait to get me a number 13 jersey, Tyler Kolek. Like I can't wait to go get that. I love that young man. I've been singing this kid's praises for a little while now. I love the fact that we got a guy on the bench that settles us down. Like he's gonna come in the game and settle us down, and he could hit shots, and he could go downhill, and he's active on defense, right? He's not gonna be a pushover. You put him out there, and he's gonna get abused. So just all the stuff that you start working the kinks out and starting to try to see what you got. What are our options? Getting my guy. I love Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride had a really good first preseason game in terms of hitting shots. Right, so all of that stuff just gearing up for 2 weeks, and we got our opener against Boston in Boston, ring night. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah,
let's go in there and spoil ring night.
You at the Garden on Sunday, right, old boy?
For Indy?
Yeah. I'm no. Well, this Sunday, Minnesota is in town, preseason, so I'm gonna take my son. We're gonna go to the game.
Good.
Yeah. And seeing yesterday, so hopefully all them guys gonna play. So we're gonna get to see DiVincenzo, hopefully Ant-Man to get on the court. So I'm definitely gonna let y'all know how the energy gonna be in the building Sunday.
Yeah.
I may go live a little bit so y'all can see what's going on. But man, I'm just excited for the season. I just hope that guys like Patrick Ewing and Brunson is really sitting down and talking to Cat and helping him understand what's going on. We are serious about our team. And right now, Cat, you're in a position to become legendary. It's no more fun and games. I understand the big bodega and joking and laughing, but bro, we need you to be a dog. And Flea, I get what you're saying now. Need you to be a dog on that court, bro. I need you to understand we need you to be mean, nasty, and we need you to put up buckets. No disrespect. This ain't Minnesota. Know what I'm saying? This is the town. So, I just hope, guys help him understand the magnitude of wearing that blue and orange, wearing that Knicks jersey. We here now. It's no more excuses. Tom Thibodeau, you got to coach, man. You got to coach because the East is tough. We could poo-poo all day at Milwaukee if we want to. They still got Giannis and Dame Lillard.
Oh, that was him just going in and out the whole time?
Yeah, he might have lost reception or maybe the phone was dying. I'm not sure.
I just it's gonna take a little while for them to get used to each other, but you can see how Cat opens up the court for Brunson, bro. It looks amazing. The little bit of
You can hear me?
Yeah.
We got you.
Go ahead, old boy. Finish up. Sorry.
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the thing, but yeah, I just hope he understands severity of being a New Yorker, being a Knick, and understanding, man. We have an opportunity. He has an opportunity to do something legendary that probably he thought could never be done. Just imagine if he could bring a championship to the city. You are regarded now as a Knick forever. So, I just hope he understands, like, it's no funny games over here. We're going to love you, we're going to support you, but, boy, somebody just said in the chat, we on your neck like Reggie Miller. Listen, play around if you want to. All the funny games is over. The bullseye's on your back. The spotlight is on you. This is New York City. So, I just hope he's ready for that. But like I told you, Flea, I think we have enough talent and enough on the roster to hold us over until Mitchell Robinson comes back. And I think as long as he comes back in shape and ready to play, listen, I think once he gets acclimated into the system, into the lineup, and we got that Brunson, Bridges, OG, Cat, Mitch, bro, listen, man, ain't nobody gonna be playing with us like that. And to me, that's gonna make up for
the lack of defense and the quote unquote lack of toughness that people think Cat don't have. Because now, at the same time on the court, you got OG, Mitch, and Bridges. Like you said, three Dolman pitchers, 3 German Shepherds, Rockwilder's just, you know what I mean, at you. So listen, man, I think we fine. I think we're gonna be fine.
One thing that worries me is the health. Mitchell Robinson, Cat, and OG sounds crazy to me, but I still think we need some more depth in the front court, right? Need some more big bodies to set screens. Cat screens are trash. Depth shits be trash. And not that Randall was so great, but we need somebody to actually, the other thing is, who's going to set the screen, you know, on the strong side or whatever it is, opposite of Cat? He needs to get easier shots too, man. Like, them corner threes is his thing. When they do, what do you call that, Flea? When they do a pin down in the corner? For him, though. Like, that was for, I think, Nas Reed and Goldberg used to set picks for him in the corner. Who's going to set that for him now? Like Josh Hart? They're going to set screens on the centers and power forwards. That's why I think we need somebody like just to set a screen for him and make his job easier. They're creating all the easy baskets as of right now, and they already got to figure out how to play with each other. But I can't front what I see potentially and how comfortable they sound to me. That's what gives me confidence more than anything else. Because if I just watch the game, it still feels kind of clunky. But there's no way possible they're doing a pick and roll. Jalen Brunson is out there just moving and grooving however he wants to. Once you play with confidence, you know better than me, Flea. Nah, Brunson looks like he's on 12 right now. So I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. I'm slowly getting over the whole iHeart, DiVincenzo, and Randall exit.
We shall see. 2 weeks. Let's get to it.
Man, this guy way too cool for me, man. He's in sniper mode. Literally. Y'all don't know about that. Yeah.
Big Flea. Never the little one. Especially not the little one for them. Never.
Ball suckers.
We were trying to be discreet, but you know how I be. Oh my God. Big shout out to Shawn with a W. Knicks Film School. He had it's not homeroom. I gotta get the other name for it. It's at Knicks Film School. When he got, when they talk about the game, you heard how he breaks down the game himself. That was legendary. How he broke down how far away the Boston Celtics were, their centers were away from the paint area, and that's what he does for all day long. He's a big Knicks fan, just like us. So again, anytime we want to show love to Knicks fans, again, what we talk about all the time, fellas, Flea AllBall, about collaborating. We ain't never hating. Never. You want to come on here, we'll go over there, whatever. I've seen somebody in the comments earlier today or last night, they want to do a collaboration. All right, go ahead. We'll send a link in the chat whenever you want.
All love over here, man. That's all it is over here. That's it. Nothing but love.
Nothing but that. You know what show this is, though, right?
Knicks Rehab.
Beautiful night. Appreciate y'all. One by one, we're bringing the crew together, man. Tomorrow, 7:30. Same bad time, same bad channel. AllBall TV, man. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.